Hello, everyone. My name is Samir, and today I will be presenting my individual paper or presentation on data security. Today I'll be covering what data security means, why is it such a major problem for different organizations or companies, the main principles involved with data security, solutions involved, and the professional standards that are connected to data security. So, starting off with a simple, what is data security? Data security is about keeping digital information safe. It ensures only the right people can gain access to it and that it stays accurate and available. Um, every industry relies on secure data from healthcare to finance. Threats can change over time, so defenses must evolve with those threats. Um, and next, we have the problem that comes with data security. So, a couple I have here. So, data breaches are happening more frequently, and attackers are constantly adapting. They're finding new ways to attack with the topic of data security, especially now with the rise of AI. Every attack in general is just becoming a lot more easier, a lot more stronger. And the impacts of these attacks can range from financial loss, legal consequences, and loss of trust. Um, Data security is no longer optional. It's necessary for daily operations and public confidence. Once you attack in a company, and let's say, for example, a data breach does happen, that company can lose a lot of their reputation and not even taking in financial loss. Just once you have a data breach, your reputation can go down tremendously, and your regular customers or consumers will no longer want to be associated with your company because they've lost their personal data because your company had a data breach. So next, we have the CIA triad. The CIA triad forms the foundation of all data security. So, starting off with confidentiality, that prevents unauthorized access, so only authorized users can access the data. And then next, we have data integrity, which ensures that data hasn't been changed by mistake or attack. So, it makes sure that the data stays authentic and how it was meant to be. And then lastly, we have availability, which means systems should work even during failures or attacks. So data is accessible when needed. So let's say there were to be an attack, you can still access all your data within the company. And the next, I have why it matters. So why data security matters is because it protects people and organizations. We trust organizations with our sensitive data as customers. And if that trust breaks, the damage is long lasting. People can stir away from using your company or organization again, may not recommend it anymore. It can just be a huge loss to your company. Large breaches show how unprepared many organizations still are. It's kind of like once you have a data breach, you get exposed, and all your vulnerabilities are known to the public and known to everyone, and a lot of people are affected within data security on all aspects of everything. So the customer, consumer will be affected, the employers, the company itself, everyone involved is affected with data security. And then we have key threats. So major risks include malware, ransomware, and phishing. Insider threats are significant because these users already have access, so they're extremely dangerous if usually, insider threats can come from disgruntled employees or ex-employees, and they already have access to the company's data, and they can do whatever they want with that, essentially. And then human mistakes, like falling for phishing emails, cause many breaches. Let's say you receive an email and you may think it's real and authentic, but you click on the link and now your data has been exposed. So that's a human error. And then finally, we have system failures, and that can obviously bring down operations and slow everything down. And then some technical solutions I have here. So technical tools in general can help protect data. Encryption makes stolen data unreadable. So let's say someone does get your data, they still can't access it because it's encrypted. So that's a layer of defense right there. and stronger access controls. So access controls limit who can see or change data. So not anyone in the company, let's say staff employee cannot access something a partner would be able to access. So access controls can minimize the attack surface kind of, and then firewalls and monitoring that can detect suspicious activity, which can alert you right away if something is happening, which can stop the event or prevent it or the attack or prevent it from happening. And then lastly, we have backups, which allow organizations to recover when something goes wrong. So, God forbid, you have a data breach and or something goes wrong or an attack happens, you can always back up to your previous updates. And then next, we have organizational and human solutions. So, starting off with data governance, which ensures sensitive information is handled properly. So, yep. And then next, we have risk management, which focuses on identifying and reducing those threats. This can definitely help out with not letting things get worse than they already are. And next, we have training and awareness, which teaches employees how to avoid attacks so that it prevents it from happening in the first place, which could tie into phishing or an attack of that nature. And then we have incident response, which ensures organizations can react quickly to limit damage to the organization. And then we have professional standards with data security. So starting off with ethics, cybersecurity professionals must follow ethical and legal rules. So transparency next, and honesty is it's important when a breach occurs. Hiding an attack or not telling anyone harms everyone involved. It's best to be on the same page and make sure everyone knows so everyone can move forward accordingly and practice the right cybersecurity practices. And then next we have accountability. So professionals must also continue learning as new threats emerge as well. So, but it doesn't happen in the future. And then next we have laws and frameworks. So different laws protect sensitive data. So a couple examples I have are here, starting off with GDPR, which focuses on privacy and specifically Europe and how Europe wants their citizens to, how they want their citizens' data is handled. And then we have HIPAA, which protects the healthcare data in the US. And then FISMA, which is that governs the federal systems. And then NIST is a cybersecurity framework that companies use to manage risk and stay secure. And then next, I have here is accessibility. So security must work for everyone. For example, authentication options should be accessible to people with, let's say, disabilities. You want everyone to be able to have these security options and security. So, and diverse teams bring different perspectives and help organizations address threats more effectively. So, one person may think another way than another person thinks, and you may not have seen that perspective, and now that can help you protect your systems better. And to finish it off, there really is no single solution with data security. Um, like it's an ongoing challenge for the future. It's gonna continue to evolve as a larger threat, and there will be a need for stronger defenses. But yeah, no single tool can protect everything. The most effective approach combines technology, training, planning, and ethical responsibilities. Um, Continuous improvement also helps build safer systems. So that ties into how data security is going to become a bigger problem, and continuous improvement will be necessary to be able to combat the future of these attacks. Yeah, that is my presentation on data security.